Oh, by the way, how's everyone here doing? Are you guys all right up here?
We're good, yeah. Are you guys good?
Okay, cool.
We're good.
Everyone here too? Everyone's fine? You good for a little bit longer? Excellent, cool.
This elevation is hitting me hard.
Is it hitting you?
I've aged like 20 years since I got on this
You
stage.
look awful. You look bad. Wow, how do you guys do it up here? Seriously, you guys are rock stars.
Dude, it's like the moon for people that come from Europe after a 10-hour flight.
Yeah,
that's
seriously,
for sure.
yeah.
So I've got these questions here because, this is about the fans. The fans gave us some questions to some
Great.
hard-hitting stuff, if you don't mind. If we could dig to the bone here with AJR,
Let's
how's
get
that
deep,
feel?
yeah.
All right, well, let's start how we started this show with the song Sober Up. That particular one famously featuring Rivers Cuomo of Weezer. How did that happen?
That was really cool. Do you want to tell that story?
Yeah, it was a good lesson of like, don't give up on things. Because first he followed us on Twitter. Oh. Obviously, Rivers Cuomo followed us on Twitter, that's obvious. And we wrote to him saying, oh my God, like we grew up on your music. We're like legitimate, huge fans of Weezer. And we told him and he very earnestly was like, I'm huge fans of you guys, which was very cool. And so we first asked, do you want to feature on this? And he was like, no. And then, do you remember this? Then we asked again, and he was like, no. And then we were like, do you want to just try out your vocal? We won't use it, but just record it and we'll try out your vocals and see. And he did, and he ended up liking the song. So it was a good lesson for us of just keep annoying Rivers Cuomo.
Hit him up. We're going to project his phone number later, right there, as you guys are walking out.
That is actually a phenomenal story buried within the story, too. Not just like, I knew though about the whole Twitter and that you're reaching out, that sort of thing, but the follow-up. Do you think people just don't have the guts to do that? Or you just didn't get it? You just didn't understand it?
To be honest, like, we wanted it really bad because, like before the click came out, when the click came out, that's when the fan base like really kind of grew. And basically we had written that song Sober Up before the fan base really kind of exploded. So we were just like, we didn't care. We were just like, we'll do anything to kind of like get this going. So including annoying Rivers as many times as it takes,
Well, all right, so next step, he said yes. How was it working with Rivers Cuomo?
It was really probably the most eye-opening moment of our career writing-wise. He writes different than literally every other writer in the history of writers that we've ever met. Basically what he does, and he makes this public, I don't know if any of you are songwriters out there, you'll find this weird. He keeps a Microsoft Excel document from the 90s, like that's when he started it. He has it separated into little categories, like 5-word syllables, cool words, but basically this is what he does. When he's writing a song, he just takes random lines and just drags them to the paper from his Excel document. And he's like, I don't want to know if a song is about anything. I just want it to feel good to say. That's how I write songs. And he was like, you guys don't do that? We were like, I don't know if anyone does that, man. That's pretty crazy. Yeah. So that was insane. It was watching a genius work,
We're at question 1. I feel like I've learned so much already.
Yeah.
Well, kind of question 1A and 1B, but that said, all right, so you work with Rivers Cuomo. What are your personal influences? Like, who brought you to where you are today?
The biggest one we say is the Beach Boys. That's like our favorite band ever. So, yeah. I'm sure you could like hear a lot of influence. Like we even like Call My Dad. We have a song, I Feel So Broke Up, I Want to Go Home. That's from Sloop John B. So we reference them a lot. And that's like the first band that our dad really introduced to us and we kind of fell in love. But we have a lot of influences.
Yeah, and then we got really into hip hop. We got really into like early Kanye West and Chance the Rapper and a lot of experimental music, 100 Gex. You guys are Gex
That
heads?
was the funniest
No way.
moment ever. That should have been like on TV. The 2 biggest 100 Gex fans. No one has any idea what the hell that is. That is so. We're gonna have drinks after. That was hilarious.
But that's what it's all about. It's like the little pieces of music that are picked up by other people that evolve into something that you guys are doing today. And that started 13 years ago or so when you guys started playing music together. You made it official. You guys are going to be a band. You're practicing. You're in New York. You're in an apartment, I'm assuming?
Yeah, tiny little apartment downtown, yep.
So how does that work when you're performing musical instruments in an apartment? You get any noise complaints?
We have only, in like the 13 years, we've only gotten 1 complaint, actually. And I don't even think that we were playing music. Me and Ryan were just having like a pillow fight or something like that. You know, so we've been. It's a pretty good situation. Everyone around us is about 1,000 years old. You know. Oh, you know, actually, this is a true story. We didn't get a complaint, but one time, basically, the woman living below us, we were in the elevator with her, and she goes, you know, I heard you playing the other day. We're like, oh, cool. And she goes, yeah, don't quit your day job. And she walked away. I'm not. That's a true story.
Her name is Gail. I'm gonna say it because I'm
Get
angry
her.
at her.
Bring her to us.
Gail.
Do you keep in touch? Or you're like, hey, Gail, just wanted to catch you up with what we're up to these days?
No, she just walks down the hall, and I just stick my leg out and trip her whenever she walks by.
Classic Gail on the floor again.
Yeah.
We got her.
You know, that actually softballs into the next fan question here, too. If you were not making music, and this is for each and every one of you.
Oh, yeah.
Because obviously you have your own lanes. What would you be doing?
You want to use my mic? Adam's got a lot going on.
Hey. I'm not used to talking. Oh my God. Hey. So yeah, I mean, even while we're doing the band, I'm doing a lot of other stuff. I'm in the middle of getting my PhD now. And I also do a lot of work with the United Nations to help kind of further their goals about sustainability. So that's what I would be doing. And I'm still doing it anyway.
Dr. Met.
Almost. I have another year or so, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all right. Who else would like to answer that question?
Ryan and I are kind of in the same thing, in the same boat. We're in and out of film school right now, so film is like our other kind of passion besides music. We direct a lot of the music videos and we do a lot of writing. So, I mean, we hope to go into that someday, but if we weren't doing music, it'd definitely be that.
Yeah, okay, so outside of this which you started as a musical brothers, obviously you are good at other instruments, as you've shown. Where does that start? All right, so you guys are all playing instruments. Like, which instrument do you start with?
I actually started with drums when I was like maybe 7 years old, and I took like...
In the apartment?
Yes, in the apartment. Yeah. That was, I don't know how that worked, but I took like 3 years of lessons, and then I quit, no offense, Chris, but I missed like melodies, you know, so I picked up guitar, and I taught myself guitar, and then it just made me so much happier because it like kind of transitioned me into songwriting and like developing that skill to create melodies, you know.
Yeah, we both started taking piano lessons, and
you were forced though, like you were.
Yeah, like a lot of kids, like we had to play classical, and then we quit, and then we came back to it and discovered like Billy Joel and Elton John, like the music we actually wanted to play on piano, and it stemmed from there. Yeah.
You didn't want to play Furley, so like whatever, 50 times in a row.
I wasn't in the mood. No.
Mary had a little lamp. No. Okay.
All right, one last question here for the fans. We are in gift-giving season, so each one of you take a second to think about the best gift you've ever received, and what would that be, and why?
Oh, okay. I mean, I talked about it earlier. We did a little game with them backstage, and it's too long to explain, but anyway, it led me to this gift. Basically, and I feel like the crowd is gonna be like 50-50 divided on this. I'm like really obsessed with videos of like popping pimples, you know? It's like literally half and half. I'm getting half booed, half applaud. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm super into that, and my girlfriend, she doesn't really approve, but she's like supporting me on it. So what she bought me is this really gross thing. It's like this like synthetic rubber pad that you can like fill with like fake pus and like pop pimples all day long. It's called Pop It Pal, Amazon.com. They sell it, $15.99.
It's actually the sponsor of today's event, Pop It Pal. Let's put up a logo.
Right below Verizon.
Probably the best gift I ever got was what you got me, maybe, was it last year for my birthday?
Oh, what did I get you?
He got me a custom Guess Who game
yeah.
with all people that live in our building, and Gail was actually included.
How I tracked down a picture of Gail, I will never tell. That was a lot of time and a lot of money, you know. What's the best gift you ever received?
Is this one working? Can you hear me?
Here, use.
Yeah.
There we go.
So the best gift I ever received was actually a gift that I gave to Ryan, and he never opened it, so I just took it back.
Wow. Is this real?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like 4 or 5, you probably don't even remember. Like 4 or 5 years ago, I bought him a mini projector, like to watch TV on, and he never plugged it in once. And then I took it back, and it revolutionized my apartment. The entire wall was a TV screen. It was amazing, and it was basically like I bought it for myself because he didn't really care that much.
I was just thinking about what my apartment is missing, and it's missing revolutionizing it with a projector, so I'd like that back.
You should talk about that, yeah.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe for more videos from your favorite artist. And while you're here, check out these other videos.